And this is the More to Us podcast coming back to you with another Philadelphia Eagles.
Late night edition.
So Philly just won over the Green Bay Packers.
Again. I mean, Philly won again. What else is new? What else is new this year? 10-1?
Not much.
10-1?
First double-digit team win. Or first double-digit.
First team to double digits, baby.
Yep.
Cowboys.
Even the Vikings couldn't do it.
The Vikings got
They got
slaughtered by the
close.
Eagles.
They were 8-1, and now they're 9-2.
9-2. So the Vikings got slaughtered by the Eagles week 2. No one wanted to give Philly credit. It's they played the Vikings. They played Kirk Cousins in a nationally broadcasted game. Kirk Cousins plays the Cowboys, gets slaughtered. And it's, oh man, the Cowboys. Micah Parsons, Dak Prescott.
Mind you, we
Get it
just
outta here.
sat through
You know
what's his face, Collinsworth, just talking a whole bunch of mess about Aaron Rodgers, and did not give Jalen Hurts the credit he deserves as a quarterback. Jalen Hurts is doing everything you want as a quarterback, as a leader of the team. He's going out, he's getting it done.
Dog.
The guy had 100 rushing yards in the first quarter.
In 2 drives. Took him 2 drives to get 100 rushing yards. The Eagles had over 300 rushing yards in the game.
And this was,
Don't quote me.
like, he probably would have had more passing yards if they had needed it.
See, that's the thing.
If they had needed it.
If there is a valid complaint about him not having passing yards, sure. When he has 150 on the ground and Miles Sanders had 130 something, last time I checked, it doesn't matter. And what they have? They had 2 turnovers, 1 turnover. I know they had the one pick.
Neither of them were Jalen Hurts' fault.
No, I'm talking about the defense.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say. Well, you had A.J. Brown with the fumble on Philadelphia.
Come on,
Which
AJ. 2 hands.
Come on.
2 hands.
Let's work on ball security a little bit. Gosh.
Mm-hmm.
As a new Philadelphia fan, if you don't know, if you haven't watched our last video,
Go watch it.
We went to the Colts game. First football game I've ever been to, college or professional. I've been to high school games, but I'm now a Philly fan. And for the people that say, oh, what a bandwagon fan, I would like to remind you, as he did in the previous video, as Jacob did in the previous video, I watched Philadelphia win a Super Bowl. Still wasn't a fan.
Was forced to watch Philadelphia win a Super Bowl. Was forced to watch the entire season. Was forced to watch me illegally snipe stream every game, plug in my HDMI to my TV to my laptop, refresh the page 10 times.
And that didn't do it. I've watched Philly for, I've watched on and off for probably a decade and a half, but I've watched consistently for at least the last 6-7 years with you. I'm officially a Philadelphia fan after going to the Eagles-Colts game that they won 17-16. Shout out to the Eagles. It was amazing. It was quite the experience. I want to just put that out there again.
When you agree, it's not that they're good this year. It's because they didn't even play good in that game.
Right.
It's the camaraderie and the unionship of Philly fans.
Right.
I think what did it to you, and I want you to confirm this, just leaving the stadium, seeing the Philly fans flock together, I think that's what did it.
Neither of us had a drink. We were both completely,
as Jordan Lucas says,
stone-faced sober.
Sober minds.
Right. So walking out of there, it was a crazy experience. The Eagles chants, the high fives that I was giving to strangers that I didn't know in a stadium that also wasn't a Philly stadium, you know? Like, this wasn't like we went to a game
that's
in Philly.
That's 12 hours away from Philly.
Right. And it was 60-40, 65-35.
You wouldn't know it by the way the stadium sounded in the fourth quarter,
Right.
I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I'm going to put this out there right now. Philly Super Bowl, baby.
Hey, we're 10-1, should be 11-0. Fuck Taylor Heineke. F-bomb drop.
Horrible.
I've decided every video that there's the first F-bomb I'm going to announce it.
It was a horrible missed call on a face mask on Dallas Goddard's.
Horrible fumbles.
This isn't
horrible
what
missed
this is
call.
about. This isn't
No,
what this
no.
is about. But missed face mask. Philly went out there today. Aaron Rodgers did his thing for the 2.5 quarters he was in the game. But it didn't matter.
Eagles Packers crazy first half. Highest scoring quarter.
My gosh.
Highest scoring quarter in all of the NFL this season.
Ooh.
Highest scoring half in all of the NFL this season.
Yikes.
47 points in the first half. 27-20.
Green Bay had great field position on almost every single one of their possessions.
Especially in the first half.
Yeah. It was outrageous. That was kind of the only reason the game was close. Yeah, you can say that was Philly's fault. This they gave up like 60 yards on a fumble by AJ Brown that put them at like the 12 or something, maybe even inside. Is it red zone possession?
As Brady calls it, the green area.
So
Red area. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm hesitant. Like, who in the NFL right now, and I'm sure in the comment section you can take this and fight it out the way you want. Who in the NFL right now is competing with Philly? Philly has a win over the only other team that is about to have 10 wins.
So coming at this from a non-biased standpoint, or at the best that I can, I would not say the Bills. The Bills are overrated. Josh Allen throws some of the worst interceptions that you can throw. I would say
Philly has like probably
the best turnover ratio in the league by far, like by 10 or more.
They have 3 players in like the top 5 of interceptions.
We saw Gardner Johnson 6 picks. He got injured today. Get well, rest up.
Yep.
Leads the league, and then Bradbury has 5. I think
this is only because
Slay's
people don't throw towards Slay.
That's true.
Big
you don't get opportunities like that when you're locked down.
Mind you, big play Slay actually led to one of the interceptions today.
He had it, man. Hey, but he plays
bounced
DB.
off his helmet.
He plays DB. It's okay.
Hey, went to one of his other DBs and he made the play. I don't remember who it was, but
I don't remember either.
Shout out to
Epps,
you.
I'm not sure. But what I was saying, as non-biased as I can, I would not say the Bills. The Bills are overrated.
Right.
The NFC, other than the Eagles, pretty pathetic. We've already stomped the Vikings. So who else? The Cowboys beat them. Don't tell me because Dak wasn't in. Don't tell me that. You guys wanted Cooper Rush. We're on the Rush wagon.
We had to sit there and I don't think we were together for that game. We watched that game. We were watching at the same time. We were on the phone for a little bit.
Cowboys game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they were sitting there talking about how great Cooper Rush is as a quarterback and how he
He's
comes in, fills in.
He's a good backup quarterback.
And it would just be problematic to sit here and say anybody in the NFL right now is actually going to challenge.
To finish my point, it would be the Kansas City Chiefs. That is it. Maybe Miami Dolphins. Those are the top 3 teams in the league. Tua is undefeated in games that he finishes.
Mind you, Tampa Bay is at the top of their division, and they're not even 500.
Yeah, 5-6. I believe in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay. I don't care what their record is when they get into the playoffs. I don't care if they're 9-8 when they make the playoffs. They'll make the playoffs, and you don't want to play Tampa Bay. You don't want to play Tom Brady. But
shout out to Tom. Tom's the GOAT.
You played a good game today. Good game, not your best, but
Tom is the GOAT. We're not going to sit here and say he's not.
I'm not going to sit here and say he's washed. You can have a bad year. Rodgers is having a bad year. Okay, you can make the argument more for Rodgers than you can Brady that he's washed. I don't believe either one is washed.
It honestly kind of made me mad watching how Collinsworth was talking about Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers had 2 picks that game.
Let me get a bit right here. Chris Collinsworth. I love NBC Sunday Night Football. Always have.
Go ahead. Look at the camera.
Yeah.
You don't even need to look at me.
Loved it more when Al Michaels was on the show. I like Chris Collinsworth. Shut the fuck up. Okay? He didn't say one good thing about Jalen Hurts and his passing abilities. It was all, you can't let Jalen Hurts run the ball. You got to take the run game away. And then Jordan Love comes in. oh man, look at that pass by Jordan Love. You know what? Jordan Love was taken before Hurts in the NFL draft. And tell me who's better.
Whose team is 10-1?
Who is second string and
The point
really hasn't
is,
gotten a real chance.
it's not the Green Bay Packers. I mean, shout out to him. I mean, it was not an over-the-top pass. It wasn't a great pass by any means. He threw the ball well.
Who are we talking about?
Jordan Love.
Okay. I mean, Rodgers had one pass that was damn. And it was.
I'm not
because
gonna
Rodgers
lie.
is not
when
washed.
He threw that pass, I was like,
Both
I
of those touchdown passes were nasty.
I wanted to hate. I'm specifically talking about the scramble. Yep.
Yeah.
I wanted to hate on it. That guy threw an amazing pass. I don't know how much clearer we could be about the topic. He threw an amazing pass. It was terrific, but it didn't in the long term. Whether Aaron Rodgers was playing in that game or not, they were not winning the game.
They were.
Collinsworth sat there. No, I want to address this.
Yeah,
Collinsworth sat there. They scored. Christian Watson, is that his name?
Yep.
Christian Watson had an amazing touchdown run. Fantastic touchdown run. I mean, it was a long run. He out-sprinted everybody on the field practically. But he sat there and said, if Aaron Rodgers was here, this game's not over. Then Philly proceeded to drive down the field as if the Green Bay D didn't matter in any way, shape, or form.
That was an 8-minute drive, give or take, but game-sucking, life-sucking drive.
And if they needed a touchdown right there, I feel like Jalen Hurts. I honestly feel like, but I feel like if they needed a touchdown like if it had been a closer game.
Remember it was 4th and 2, and we kicked the field goal, and I was shocked. We tried to 4th and 3, tried to draw them off sides, then we kicked the field goal. I mean.
Yeah.
If the game isn't already in the bag, that essentially ended the game. If we're not in that, if that's first quarter, we're going for it. Most likely getting it.
Yep. I mean, this is after the 4th and 1.5, 4th and 2 earlier on that drive, I believe, that they just Jalen Hurts goes for 3, almost 4 yards on that play.
Dude, he went for, like 4 or 5. I thought he was going to break that. It looked like he was going to break that, take it to the hizzy.
So
didn't work out that way. But credit to Green Bay. They stopped us on a QB sneak on 3rd and 4th down.
That was crazy, actually.
In the first quarter.
We talked about that. They were 18 of 20 up until that point on 3rd and 4th. I forget what the statistic was, but they were 18 of 20. Then they were 0 of 2 at that point because Green Bay stopped them. I mean, big ups to Green Bay's D. They held in a fantastic offense, but they just couldn't complete with the sheer firepower that is the Eagles' offense, that is Jalen Hurts manning the ship that is the Philadelphia Eagles.
You can see it in his face. You look at that man's face, whether they're up, they're down, it's the same. No panic. I told Neil this while we were watching the games. It always looks like he wants more. And
you did.
Yeah. And post-game press conferences, just how he handles himself in general. You couldn't
like
ask more.
Vet.
Pure professional, like a vet. Says everything you want him to say, but he's not cliche. He's real, but he's humble at the same time. And he just comes across as a good guy. And he's a baller. It's hard not to root for him.
Shout out to Kelsey. Jason Kelsey, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Jason Kelsey got his first game ball or whatever
nuts.
Whatever it was.
Sunday
and
night,
one of the
yeah,
first things Jalen Hurts said was thank you to him. He went out of his way to thank his offensive line, specifically the man who he was doing the interview with, but went out of his way to thank the offensive line. That's vet status right there, to say, like, yes, I had an amazing game. I rolled out of the pocket. I did all of this. I led the team. But I need to thank the guys that gave me the opportunity to do all this.
So that's it. Sorry. Jalen Hurts post-game press conference says a lot about who he is and how he represents himself.
Very
Go,
much so.
yes, go look at Kyler Murray. Win or loss, go look at Kyler Murray. See how he presents himself, how he talks to the media. Kyler Murray is a bum, crybaby, little bitch. That's all I got to say about
hard.
Kyler Murray.
Who had the win today?
Who's 4-8?
Who's 10-1?
Mm-hmm.
Look, Kyler Murray could be an amazing quarterback.
Amazing talent. And then
Is he better than
there.
Jalen Hurts as a team leader, as a quarterback? Jalen Hurts does everything you want him to do. When the pocket collapsed, Jalen Hurts was going out to get the first down by himself.
I wanted him to take it to the hizzy.
I did too.
So close.
But it reminded me of that moment in Adam Sandler's Longest Yard. When he's like, if you guys aren't going to help me, I'm going to do it myself.
You remember the
Mind you, he did have help, but he was like, if you guys need me to do it myself, I will go out there and get you. I think he had more rushing yards than he did passing yards this game.
They were even. It was I can't
was
recall
almost
the exact
dead
amount,
even,
but
but
it
I
was like
think
150 and 150. He had over 300 total yards. One was slightly higher, but yeah. He had 150 rushing yards, 150 passing.
I'm gonna see if I can look it up. You can go on one of your.
He had the
right now.
most. He had the most rushing yards for a quarterback in Eagles history.
That includes the great Mike Vick.
Keep in mind, Michael Vick's played on the team. Donovan McNabb, he wasn't a runner, but he could scramble. That includes Randall Cunningham. Come on now.
These are an amazing quarterback list that you just brought up. Like that is a fantastic.
Donovan McNabb, Michael Vick.
Those are Hall of Famers
Nick
right there.
Foles. St. Nick. Now we got Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts embodies Philadelphia.
So
40 dropped 40. The Packers defense is supposedly good.
Jalen Hurts had 153 passing, 157 rushing.
Yeah, like I said, give or take. 150, 150.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even Gainwell had himself a little game. Got him some reps. Boston Scott had a good game.
Had a reception too for 7 yards.
There we go.
Where's rushing?
We're not even at full strength. Get this fly out of here.
So you had Jalen Hurts with 17 carries, 157. Miles Sanders 21 carries, 143.
20 yards a carry.
Gainwell 8 for 39. The third guy on your list ran for 40 yards. You had two guys over 140. And you still had a guy third on the list that ran for 40.
There's always the term when teams have two running backs or two runners, the two-headed monster, the three-headed monster, the endless-headed monster is the Eagles. I don't care who you put in there. Miles Sanders
Devontae Smith had an amazing catch.
The amazing throw, just the trust in that throw and catch. It was in the red zone. I don't believe it went for a tutty, but could have easily been picked if you hold on. Here. If that pass is going to who's a receiver? Let's say CeeDee Lamb of the Dallas Cowboys pops up in the air, pick six. Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith. They played together in college. They have that trust. Devontae Smith knew where he was throwing it. Jalen Hurts pretty much threw it in the only place he could. Devontae goes up and gets it, breaks the tackle, gets some yards. Heisman winner and college football champion. Well, they both
Soon
are.
to be.
They both are. No, they both are.
Oh, I thought.
Are they not?
My bad. I thought you said NFL.
Soon to be Super Bowl champion.
Soon to be NFL champ. I mean, so looking at it, as somebody who just became a fan a week ago.
Yeah, first game since you saw them live. How was it? We saw that team literally 7 days ago. Crazy how time flies because
shout out to the O-line. Like, I cannot stress this enough. That O-line did its thing. Okay?
Yup.
But Miles Sanders had an amazing game.
Hey, Miles Sanders better than Saquon Barkley. Hot take. Get at me.
Watch him run today. That guy averaged 6.8 a carry, so 7 yards a carry.
What did they? I don't want you.
And
I'm not gonna make you look it up, but so Jalen Hurts had 17 carries for 150 yards. No.
almost 160.
Was it 17? Whatever. I wonder what they, as a collective, had per carry. Had to be over 10. When you can rely on your running game to get you 10 yards, I mean, they're running on third and 7.
I don't think it was that high.
They're running on 3rd and 7 and getting it.
As a team, they averaged 7.4.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Not bad.
3rd and 7, you're probably going to get that first down on a run.
Hey, that just proves my point. I'm literally just saying on 3rd and 7, they're running it and getting it, and they average 7.5. Come on. Who's stopping us?
Who I also would like to shout out to is Quez Watkins. I just wanna put this out there right now. An amazing
Fast
catch.
Batman?
An amazing catch. That man turned around and fell into the end zone.
He did the Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams back shoulder throw better than Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams did the back shoulder throw.
It was Kobe talking about, I don't need to look. I just know if I get to the elbow, I can pull up and shoot here. He knew all I needed to do is get to this flag. I need to get to the pylon, and the ball's going to be there. But why? To answer that question is because he trusts in Jalen Hurts to throw that ball. You watch that, it's fresh in my memory a little bit, but it's not as fresh. But if I remember correctly, he doesn't really look until he gets to the pylon. He gets to the pylon, turns back, scoop and score. Yeah. Just scoops that ball up into his arms, carries it like it's his newlywed into the threshold of the hotel room, and scores. This is a guy that
touchdown
has talked about, I understand my workload's going to increase a little bit. We don't have Dallas Goedert to rely on anymore. After you had Zach Ertz, shout out to Dallas Goedert for filling in a huge way.
Filling some big shoes.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a guy to take lightly. Zach Ertz was not a pushover tight end.
Zach Ertz is the best tight end Philadelphia's ever had, and that's a fact.
So when you taking that into consideration,
sorry, Brent Seller, but go ahead.
Brown did his thing. Quez Watkins did his thing. Sanders did his thing. Jalen Hurts. What else do you want from a quarterback? This man not only did it on the ground, he did it through the air. He threw a touchdown pass. I think he threw 2 touchdown passes and
I don't think he had a rushing touchdown, but I mean,
did he? I thought he did.
I don't know. He got us there.
If not,
don't matter. Don't matter. He could have.
I was wrong. He did not have a rushing touchdown. But I mean, like, what else do you want from a guy? He went 16 of 18 or 16 of 28. My bad.
Okay, I was about to say
16
Still
of
not a bad game.
16 of 28 for 153, 2 touchdowns. Then Miles Sanders had 2 touchdowns, and Gainwell had a touchdown.
Dude, Hurts be throwing some balls on some ropes.
This is a guy that gets no credit for his passing ability.
No, dude, if you're gonna, what's fucking Collinsworth saying? If you're gonna beat us, we're gonna make you throw the ball. We're not gonna let you run. Okay, make Hurts throw the ball. If you dare.
Guy didn't even have 30
make
attempts.
Hurts throw to A.J. Brown,
30
Devontae
attempts.
Smith, Quez Watkins, Miles Sanders. We got Pascal on the bench. Dallas Goedert when he gets healthy. We got Jack Stoll in there right now. We got Kenneth Gainwell. Make him throw to those guys. See what happens.
And here's the thing: is if you're gonna try and make him throw, You better
Once again,
make,
good luck.
but you better make sure you fill those gaps. You better make sure you keep that pocket tight. Because if he's strolling out or if he's cutting up the middle, he's probably going to burn you. Even if you're trying to make him
for
pass.
25 yards.
Even if you're trying to make him pass. And I get
Athlete.
it. I get it.
He's
You're
like a
looking at
fullback
us.
out there, man.
You're looking at us right now like, oh, you guys are two Philly fans. Like,
Sure.
They barely beat Indianapolis, and then they snuck by Green Bay with a 7-point win.
Neil, you know more than anybody. I talk real about the Eagles. Good or bad? Good or bad? We had Sam Bradford on our team. How do you think I felt about that? What do you think I said about our games then? I said we were trash. I said we had the worst coach in the NFL. Not now.
Right now, as it stands, I've already said it on camera. Super Bowl. What do you think?
The road. So first of all, the road to the Super Bowl goes through Philadelphia.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers, I don't care what his record is, all-time quarterback, just came into Philadelphia, wintertime weather, cold weather, rainy game, took an L, got demolished.
Took an L.
The road to the Super Bowl is going to go through Philly. We're going to be the number 1 seed, going to get a first-round bye. As of right now, the wild cards are.
I mean,
as
unless
of right now,
Philly
the wild cards
completely
are the
falls
Cowboys,
apart.
the Giants, and the Commanders. And then the other teams are the Vikings, Buccaneers, and San Francisco. Okay.
Not worried about San Fran or the Buccaneers.
Right. So say
Tom Brady in the playoffs. I will say this.
Don't want to play Tom. I don't. I would love to play him. It'd be fun. I love to beat the best. To be the best, you got to beat the best. I don't care what his record is. So say every wild team loses, because I'm not betting against Tom against a wild card NFC East team. Every team loses. Every wild card team loses. We're playing the Buccaneers. Okay, we get our first round bye playing the Bucs. It's gonna be tough. Find a way to win. Then who you playing? You playing the Vikings? You playing the Cowboys? You playing the Giants? You playing Jimmy G? Are you scared of any of those guys other than Tom
Not
Brady?
really.
No. It's the Eagles and Tom Brady. That is the NFC road to the Super Bowl. And Tom Brady's going to have to come into Philadelphia if he wants to get there. So, Tom, I wouldn't recommend betting against you, but good luck. That's all I'm saying. I love Tom. I've only hated Tom one day in my life.
That was the Philly Super Bowl.
Yep.
So to finish the episode, I will say this. We will be in Philly. If Philadelphia makes it to the Super Bowl, we will be in Philly to watch it.
Won't be at the Super Bowl. We ain't strapped like that, but
yeah.
We'll be there. We'll be in Philly.
Maybe if we get more money later on, we'll be there. Philly makes it back
next year.
But if Philly makes it this year, when Philly makes it this year, we will be in Philadelphia. We'd love to see you guys. But I'm promising a Philly Super Bowl.
Oh, give me 2 more minutes. Let's look ahead to next week. Make predictions for next week, and then we can wrap this.
Win.
Tennessee.
Win.
Tennessee Titans and Philadelphia Eagles. Predictions, thoughts, final score.
I'm not going to go ahead and guess at a final score because I think if you had asked me before today if Philly and Green Bay would score 73 combined, I would have been like, no. Probably not. Probably closer to 50. But I'm just going to put it like this. I don't think the Titans have a chance.
I think
Taylor, let me put it like this. Taylor Heineke and the Commanders got lucky.
Bailed out
By 2 bad calls, in my opinion.
And
2 bad. This was before I was a Philly fan. This is before I was a Philly fan. I think they got bailed out by 2 bad calls.
And 4 uncharacteristic turnovers. So the
correct
perfect
storm. I'm taking Philly, whatever the spread is.
Okay.
Unless it's double digits, which we've talked about. Double-digit spread in the NFL is a horrible take.
These are all professionals. They're all good.
Yep.
Yeah, so I would say offense is riding high right now. I mean, we rode a offensive high for 8 games until we took an L, and then beat the Colts last week. Offense wasn't there, but it seems like we're back. I mean, you just beat Aaron Rodgers, took him out of the game, ended his season most likely. So that's positive. Going into Tennessee, they're not a high-scoring team. We're going to put up 30-something points. We're going to beat them by 10 or more. Derrick Henry can have a game. It won't matter. They're not going to be in a position to run the ball. So come and get it, Tennessee.
Oh, I can't believe I didn't address this. I just want to put this out there. Ndamukong Suh, shout out to you.
Dog.
Shout out to you. Welcome to Philly. We love to see you here. Love to see you here. I was a fan back when you wrecked Colt McCoy's entire offense. his I think that was his last year as a quarterback.
He had 5 sacks?
He had I believe he had 5 total sacks.
Big 12 game.
Big 12 championship, 5 total sacks. So welcome to the team, Ndamukong. We'll see you in the Super Bowl for another ring.
More Dust Podcast. Till next time, baby.